Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your September 2024 love reading. I just did the general reading for Taurus, so I'm doing them in pairs. I've been doing them in pairs a little bit. This is Sagittarius Yogini. I have Taurus rising, so this reading is for anyone who is interested in love. If you're single and looking, or if you are in a relationship and maybe it is not working out the way you want it to, this reading is all about that. Okay. I have to adjust this so you can see all the cards. Ooh, the last card is your card. How cool is that? And that has something to do with love too. Of course, you're ruled by Venus, so why wouldn't you be about love? The heart of the matter is the Nine of Pentacles, and this is a, the Pentacles is connected to Earth energy, like Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn. Actually, I wonder if this is connected to Virgo because the Hermit card in the Major Arcana is connected to Virgo, and its number is 9 on the cards of the Major Arcana. So there must be some connection there somehow. But you see her, she's got her carrots, and she's in this, the tomatoes are behind her. So it's a very earthy, productive, not just, productive meaning abundant situation that she's in. She's there alone. The number 9 is connected to the light worker, and this, like I said, the Hermit is numbered at 9. This is a card, if we were just to do a general reading, that could be about financial independence. I mean, if I'm doing a love reading, obviously I'm going to try to make that symbolic for relationships. If you're in a relationship and this card is coming up, it's the central theme. So it can mean that it's on your mind. It's something that concerns you. Maybe you do want to leave a relationship, but you feel like you can't because you're not financially independent. Maybe you've stayed home raising children and they're still underage, and you have no idea how you would support them. Or even if you got help, you just don't have your own money. And you just feel like it would be a bad situation for you financially. And that is going to be a deterrent for a sign like Taurus, because you really do like to have things settled in that area. Yeah, you could say anybody does, that it's not just Taurus. Of course, that's true. But there are some people that are seem more in need of that than others. And I would say Taurus, it's because you're an earth sign, but you're also a fixed sign. So this idea of something that's enduring is very appealing to you versus something that's up in the air, that you don't know if it's going to work out, you don't know what's going to happen. So if you are single and this is coming up for you, like a single Taurus person, and although, it's really funny because traditionally this would be directed towards women, and say, I think there was a play, wasn't there? Or maybe it was called I Can Do Bad All by Myself or something. I don't need someone else to like screw up my life. I'm doing just fine on that on my own. But this idea of, do I even need this aggravation? Because I'm able to support myself financially. So what do I need? I see, I'm hesitating to say a man for, because it comes across like putting down men, which is the last thing I want to do. I'm just saying that traditionally that was kind of the go-to phrase. Why do I need a man? I can do bad all by myself. I don't have to bring somebody into my life when I'm already supporting myself. They can't give me anything, in other words. And, of course, that was bred by the conditions that women faced. Well, the times have changed and the tables have turned, right? And so it's not about that anymore. But that can create more complications, because it can make both men and women less likely to want to be together. There's nothing to compel them, because it used to be that if oh my God, if a woman got quote unquote knocked up out of wedlock, you have to get married. That's no longer a stigma. A woman can be unmarried and she might have her man right there raising a child. Whatever. It's things are no longer where people feel forced to do something that they might not want to do. But it can really stay with us, those ways that we're conditioned. So even if we know intellectually that we don't have to do it, we can still fall into those old patterns. But also, for some people, maybe that's been something that's isolated you. Maybe you've been single for years because of bad relationships, and you just kind of threw yourself into your work and made your money, and you're still kind of like out there in the tomato patch and you are alone, but you would rather be in a relationship with somebody that you could love and be loved. In the past position, we have the Seven of Cups. This can be a card of confusion about which choice to make. Certainly that may be the case if you're newly starting to date, where everybody from your social circle finds out about it, and then you might be fielding phone calls from people from your high school like, oh yeah, you want to go out? I saw that on Facebook. This one person, was divorced and had been like, the it girl in high school, and these men that knew her were kind of like swarming around. And I was thinking, God, that must be a little bit aggravating. I don't know. Maybe it's flattering to her because she's older than I am. But, oh well. The point is that sometimes things look bright and shiny on the outside, but they're really not. So be careful. But also, and this is like I said, this is like a past influence that's now there for you. This can be a card of addiction. And if you have been in a relationship with somebody who has an alcohol problem, a weed problem, a coke problem, whatever it is, a porn problem, that person, their problems can rub off on you very easily. You can feel isolated from them. You can feel like they're abandoning you. It's not a fun place to be. So you may have, stepped out on faith and you're on your own, you're doing your own thing. And that would be a good thing. That would be honoring yourself. So anyway, what's coming in is the Ace of Cups. That's new beginnings in love. That's cool. That's way cool. And that comes when you make space for it, obviously. If you're still married and you know that the relationship is not what it should be, and you don't think you've tried to make it work and it's not working, then sometimes you do have to just throw in the towel and accept the fact that it's not going to be what you want it to be. And it doesn't mean that, 100% of the cases that you do have to leave that relationship. Maybe there are ways that you both can, get counseling and work it out. But the point is that it takes two. So the Ace of Cups is about new beginnings in love, meaning that maybe you're ready with the Nine of Pentacles. You're ready to let down your guard and to come out of isolation and into the place where you can even meet someone. If you're out in your tomato patch, that might be a little bit difficult, but it's there waiting for you. Love is waiting for you when you decide that you're ready for it. And if you're coupled and you are dissatisfied, know that there is love, the love that you're looking for, but you have to prepare for it, meaning that you have to tie up loose ends. If you're in a current relationship, you're going to have to deal with the messiness, whatever that is. Maybe you can make it as least messy as possible. What crosses you is the King of Cups. This could be the person that you're currently with. If you're coupled, they may have a drinking problem and they may be a master manipulator. They may be a narcissist, including a covert narcissist. We know about I always, when I see kings in challenge positions, I think about the narcissist. We know they might even be a Pisces. There's a fish jumping in the water. But the people that are covert, the ones who are nasty, who are mean, those are malignant narcissists. And they feed off of the upset that they cause when they're mean to another person. The covert narcissist are people who always have problems. They may have addictions. They may have trouble keeping a job, and their emotions may be all over the place. And, you try to help them. Maybe you try to give them money, support them financially, believing in them, and they are always draining because they're the victim all the time. So, and they may also have an addiction too, and that causes problems within the relationship. So if you are coupled with somebody and they are still in your life, understand that they may be manipulating you. They may be guilting you, telling you that you're such a bad person because you don't understand how they feel. They're, in such a terrible place, and it's all because X, Y, and Z. And when we hear these things, we have to be very aware that people are not always honest with themselves, honest with others about that kind of thing. And they don't want to get help. They don't want to change, but they want to dominate others with their problems. That's a phrase that I read in a book, and I thought, wow, that is so true. So when you can spot that and realize, like if you are in a marriage, this would be especially somebody who's in a marriage with somebody like that, and then they take it upon themselves. The Taurus person may feel like they're responsible because that person may blame you and say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be drinking because you're so, you're so judgmental, you're so demanding. And the only reason you're judgmental is because you don't like that behavior. So there are, resources. There's something called Al-Anon. There's something called There's a book called Codependent No More where you can learn how to stop allowing these people to control your life if you are in that situation. Also, you may be resistant to getting a therapist or going and, kind of like the King of Cups can be a therapist. It can be like marriage counselor. And even if, you go alone to a marriage counselor, that could be very therapeutic and helpful for you. You don't need to have that other person's consent to go to a marriage counselor. As a matter of fact, it might even be a good thing to go alone at the beginning, because then you don't have that person trying to dominate the conversation, and you're able to feel more free to speak honestly about what's been going on for you. So yeah, that's that. And the outcome is the Empress. This is a card of the Earth Mother, of love, creativity. This is a card of abundance. So you have these two cards of abundance. If you're contemplating getting divorced, but you feel like you're not going to have the same lifestyle, this would beg to differ. Of course, it's a general tarot reading, not saying that there aren't people that have a legitimate concern with that. But, I feel at the end of the day, you have to kind of decide what is more valuable: to live under the same roof with somebody who is, very negative towards you. It's like a toxic situation, but you have this nice house, or living in a studio apartment that you're renting, you don't own it, and you feel like free as a bird. And maybe you don't have like this big environment, like this extensive environment, but you have your dignity, you have your freedom. So just something to think about. This is also a card, like I said, of the Earth Mother. So, it's underneath the Ace of Cups. So this could be about love coming in for those people who are open to it. So that would be very nice. So anyway, I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I do astrology and the tarot. You can check my offerings at rainamoonastrology.com. The information is below. Thanks for watching. Bye.